Welcome to Lockdown Imbizo. It's another one. Today we're reporting live on Freedom Day, and we're going to be discussing freedom, right? We're going to be talking Freedom Day, what it means to be free. Are we even free? You know, we'll realize, we'll unpack, and then we remember there's no right or wrong answer. We're just looking at it from our own opinions and our own lens. So we're going to unpack this, and I'm not alone. I've got the team with me. We're going to quickly go around the virtual table and hear from the team.
Hi guys, Apelele. Really excited about the topic today. Hoping to unpack and have some good laughs while you're at it.
Hey guys, okay. We're here talking about freedom again. Let's have fun. Let's talk about it. Are we free or not? When's the galan? Are we free or are we dumb? Sure.
Injomane kaMgabi le umvuselelo omhlongo. Le topic ngithanda kabi. Ngikhumbuza le track eyakhishwa uSlick lethi Blacker Fools. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one.
Okay, so how do we tackle this one? I don't want. I want to give everyone the freedom to co-chair or co-present this meeting with you. How do we tackle this one? How do we go about it?
Okay, so since my name starts with an A, I'll go first. Okay, so for me, this topic, freedom, I think it's very interesting. And I think it's relevant right now because it is Freedom Day, but I think it's always seen in the form of are we free in terms of like equal rights and all of that, you know, like based on our history. But I think it's also interesting to actually look at it. Are we actually free in ourselves first? Yabo. What is freedom? Yabo? Because when you want to, freedom could be success. Freedom could be having money. Freedom could be the fact that you've got land. Freedom could be the fact that you can do whatever you want. But what is true freedom, you know? And actually exploring what freedom means to different people, I think it's going to be really interesting because you always view freedom in one-sided way. It has to do with land, it has to do with this, it has to do with our history. But what is the true essence of freedom, you know? And I think that's how I'd like to look at it and like get you guys' views about that.
Okay, right. So you're going to talk or something?
This is when you guys speak.
No, the question.
Yeah, that's cool, guys.
So I mean, I'm thinking of my answer.
No, okay, let me go. Let me try because I saw Tabiso was on the screen, but begin going. Get like us guys.
Alphabetical order.
All right. So for me, freedom is it's something that's intense. I wonder, as a person, what life am I living? Am I free in the thing that I want to do as a Black South African? As a human being, you know, in the world that we're living in. I think Umbu touched on it. I think in our last conversation, Uti, how do we engage with our counterparts in bias begana as Uti, are we equals to them now? I want in terms of our in our careers. I want and it's kind of tough. I want Uti, we are not yet free. But we are free within our own spaces. But in some spaces that we're not allowed to actually live the life that we want to live because there's still some barriers that are there. But on this day, I remember back in 1994. I think it was our first election that we had. It was the first step. You know, 26 years ago. It was the first step, and I think we have come a long way as a country. We are very young democracy, and I think we must not be hard on ourselves, but I believe we are for making things happen. For example, if you look at now in terms of this COVID-19 crisis. Our government has done amazing things. They're trying to fix things that are currently challenging the people in our country. Even the World Health Organization say we have handled this thing in a very amazing way compared to other countries that they have done it. So as a country, Mzansi, we are going somewhere, but there's still some stuff that needs to be fixed out. Not in terms of land or whatever, but in terms of how do we interact in Abantu, Mzansi. So taking so long.
Yeah.
So okay. Before ngiqale ngikhulume ngombuzo odwa khehla nje webandaba yango-94. Here's a question. It's a simple, not more than 5 seconds in Pendul. Would you rather be oppressed by a black man or a white man?
Neither of the two.
Okay. I think today's discussion is going to be a very lengthy one. We need to find a way of engaging for more than the time we normally engage in.
I agree. Otherwise, it's going to cut us without articulating ourselves.
Yes, no, because there's something burning inside me, right?
Okay.
Whoa.
So what I'm going to say here, it's I need to find a way of putting it. So first things first, right? When I'm facing a ballot paper, vote, I honestly do not know who I need to vote for. Because how I feel is that fine, ANC has done so much, but they also haven't done much at all, because I always feel if I have to vote for ANC, it means I'm like saying half of bread is better than nothing. And I actually want the whole loaf. That's not what Steve Biko died for. Before independence. After independence, I'm because right? And then when I look at the EFF, I'm only mentioning parties I could potentially vote for. EFF was built out of anger because certain individuals were fired and they had their own agendas against someone. That's my opinion. If I'm wrong or whatever it is, right? And I understand because reasoning about and even the way they carry themselves. In so many occasions, they are actually violating other people's rights to freedom according to a freedom charter and according to a constitution. But because of the popularity and popularism, what we say or what they do, we sometimes depict anarchism, and they will flex around the PhDs, which sometimes we tend to question the reasoning abilities for someone who's a PhD holder. But that's a topic for another day. So I'm always torn between those two, right? And then I'm always conflicted. Who do I pick? So the question that placed was around freedom, what freedom means to me. Today I'm going to primarily focus on what the day represents. Issues of mental health and issues of freedom, those internal things that I'm going to put aside. It's a discussion for another day. Let's talk about freedom for equality, which supports women, and equality, which takes away from a patriarchy, also equal in terms of opportunities. Because that day I touched on me having worked for different companies, and I've seen a white privilege happen, because it does exist. I've seen white people get ahead where they were not even deserving to do so, but like Uzowenza, that thing, that type of racism that you can't even quantify. That systematic racism that exists, which certain people are given certain opportunities and we are not. I was having a discussion today with my cousin who, she said, aren't black people always blaming apartheid, right? I was like, okay, taken back a bit. But I was like, at least it's a black person asking me that question, not a white person someone who has been privileged throughout. And it's no lie. Like, it's no lie. So freedom for me would basically mean ukuthi, like deep salute ngeke igcwale kanje. Like lento ubhecela yenzayo yokuthi uzoxolisa to a Muslim community where he disrespected black people who are Christians and then ethathi igubhu zamazayoni. That's actually a violation of someone's freedom. They should have gone in and arrested people. But angeke axolise kubona. Abantu banemsebenzi, those who believe in African culture, uzochitha ukudla kwabo, achitha utshwala babo bemzulu, which he knows it's not just a pure part ukuthi mina clubbing, but it's actually something for what we believe is our spiritual guidance. And to a certain extent, I believe ukuthi at this point, we are actually like we're not free. We're basically not free. We were sold an idea of freedom because of sanctions I forgive. So apartheid was no longer beneficial at all. So then they've got now people who are politics of the stomach is what I always call them. So macabanga is this. So like where is the freedom in that?
That's deep. Yeah. Yay, Manja.
Yeah,
Yay, subsea.
If freedom, man. So for me, I'm going to focus more on the inequality part, because the whole day today, everyone has been talking about inequality. From the president himself in his address was talking about inequality. So everyone is aware of this inequality, and for me, it's still alarming. Yes, we've done well. There are some wins that we can take out of our freedom when we compare ourselves as South Africa against our African counterparts, right? Because when most of them became about freedom, and then things went south in other forms, such as democracy failed and such things, even the right to vote or have at least free and fair elections. But I still live in South Africa and I feel lucky every day, right? So I feel lucky to have a job. I feel lucky to have been educated. I feel lucky to be where I am. I feel lucky because this opportunity is not open to everyone. Do you understand? There are many people out there that have qualifications, if not more qualifications than me, that pass more than me, but they're sitting at home and they can't get jobs. But because this is a society that we live in, where we must shooting at you, because it could have been me that's sitting at home out there. So yes, I can come and speak as Tabiso. I've got all these things, and I've been lucky to be in a position where I can have a job. But I what am I trying to say? I'm saying as Tabiso, I'm lucky to be in a position where I have a job. But it could have been me without a job. And in South Africa, we are not doing anything to address the inequality, and we can go from gender. And I'm going to move now into entrepreneurship and business. I was watching TV the other day. When you watch TV, you watch Mzansi Magic from 6:30 to 6:30 whatever. All the shows that are on Mzansi Magic, you watch the credits as the shows are ending. All the showrunners is the same people. We have this tendency of not opening up the country and giving equal opportunities to everyone. We have a tendency of limiting things to a certain few people or a certain elite. So the Fergusons will be involved in the river, they'll be involved in the Queen, they'll be involved in whatever. And then bomb shelter
and so forth,
and everything. It's the same people that are just what do you call? The same people doing the same thing. You go in front of the screen, it's the same actors that you're recycling. They're doing the same thing. At one point, there was an actor who, after 6, you watch that show on Rhythm City. What is it? Not on Rhythm City. Yeah, that one, Rhythm City. You watch Rhythm City, you watch Muvango, you watch Isbaya. There's one actor in one night who's on all those shows. When are we going to give an opportunity to a kid in Soweto, to someone in Kailicha? Are you telling me that we don't have enough talent to that extent? And you can further even go into business now. JSE, you take annual reports of companies and you look at the board of directors or the directors. the non-executive directors especially, all of them are recycled. This one is the chairman in this company, and then in the next company is just the non-executive director, and then in that next company is the CEO, and then in the next. In South Africa, why are we like that? It's the few elites that we keep on recycling.
Yeah.
So there's no freedom there.
Yes, Thabiso umekhuluma indaba yama-board of directors. I remember ngifunda i-article about ama-portfolio managers, kuma-asset manager, top 50. With how many black people actually had portfolios that were hitting billions. I think at the time there were only 2. Nakona, they were the bottom tier. Basically, we have the culture which Americans refer to as gatekeepers. We call it exactly uthi kunama gatekeeper. Like, and now for me, one thing in is it fair to blame the current government on certain issues?
Yes. I'm very yes. Very yes, because remember the government, okay, it's fair to blame the policymakers. And who are the policymakers in the case of South Africa? It's the government. When the government says something, or when they implement certain policy, it happens. You know, when Cyril was announcing his speech on Thursday about level 4, yeah, there is one sentence that he said there in his speech. If he had not said that sentence, I'm telling you, things were going to be Imbizo. He said those workers that can work remotely must be allowed to work remotely. Do you know, if you did not say that sentence, there are many companies that were going to be calling their employees back into the office.
Yeah.
Even though they know very well that people can work remotely and they are capable of delivering while working remotely. Do you understand? So it's just a minor example that shows you that the impact that the president has or the government has. When the government forces something, because for example, in terms of opening up the industry, if you tell me as Thabiso Ukuthi, don't take all the gigs on Mzansi Magic, man, be fair. If you or don't take all the tenders, let's use an example that makes sense. If you tell me, Thabiso, just take 1 tender instead of 5, I'm not going to do that. I'll take all 5 because I'm on. But if we implement policy that prohibits a person from getting 5 tenders and say if you have 1 tender, it's enough, then it's going to it will work out. So government should influence policy and set these rules because people amongst themselves will not guide themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah, I think what Thabiso is saying is actually just sparking something in me. I think that's absolutely like that's solid. You know, it's really relevant and it's absolutely important for government to do that. But what I tend to find is once we include government or mention government, people then remove themselves or remove the accountability that they have with their lives. I'm also very aware of this whole thing of what it's easy to blame the government. Yes, they can do better. Yes, what Thabiso is saying is so valid. Yes, the policies need to be changed so that there's equality, and that's like the essence of the freedom in a sense. But now in ourselves, we need to rid ourselves of the mentality, the oppression, the mentality which we are not free, because I think that's where it also stems from. Because you speak to so many people that have this thinking of what can I do about really government is yes, what if those things never change, you know? What if that is never fixed? What do you do in that instance? And I think that's where our strength comes from as Black people, and that's where our resilience comes from as Black people, because we haven't been dealt the best cards, but to find a way to make it work in that situation, you know, where the privilege might be easy for you to jump from one to the next. Vele, it's expecting about vele, but we don't have all those things, but we still find a way to make it work. And I think that's possibly where our freedom lies, actually, with finding ways in a difficult situation to always make it work. You know, they may strip everything, they may take everything, but you'll always find a way to make it work. And maybe that's where our gold is. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, yes.
ABSA calls that Africanicity. ABSA calls that Africanicity. Being able to make the most out of nothing.
Thabiso Joe, ukhala ukuthi on Advanced Magic there's the river by Ferguson's, there's Isibaya and
the Queen
by Bomb Productions, right? But these guys, they all got the chance because of the freedom that they were allowed to function in the economy, and they took those things by both their hands. Hence, when you can do something over the hands to the best ability, which we never know. If me nang feed lana, I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Because we are promoting a country where we must be able to produce capitalism. We're not promoting a country of where where communists would know we're all called asifani bafethu.
Okay.
I know guys, night chance. No, even Lele.
No.
It's how it is, guys. Sorry, guys. Can I finish?
Yes, let us show.
2 seconds. The problem is that there's a lot of corruption. That's it. Done. Yeah.
Okay. So one. I'm just going to answer one direct thing, and then before Nkubeke, right? The direct thing is with regards to the Ferguson and the bomb and whatnot. We've seen which they do not create a platform for people to grow. We're not saying which it shouldn't be a capitalist or a perfect competitive market, but don't enslave abanye abantu. And I actually laughed yesterday. Twitter, someone good documentary Netflix about how Zuma sold how Ubabu Zuma sold the country, right? And then Indotana Ututuzana was like, the country was stolen in 1652, and people were like, shoot, he sold the country from the captors themselves. Yeah, because we've actually never had the country. Yeah. History tells us they fought and they failed, and some people sold Imbizo to Lababantu, like how they are even doing it now. But that's a topic for another day, right? So, issue now, right? I hold government accountable, like I'd say 95% of the time. And in certain areas, right? Basic. 200 million. How do you lose 200 million? And that was the money which was supposed to benefit.
I've lost.
Yes, that was money that was supposed to benefit about the KZN young farmers because of the drought. How do you lose 200 million in Azugu? And how do you keep ama-tank uyikhansela emzini wakho engabuwabekeli community ukuthi wasebenzise khona uzokwazi ukuthola amanzi? How do you steal food parcels?
As I'm saying,
personally, I feel Uchi.
Yes,
the worst.
That's true though.
Personally, I feel the worst form of oppression is the one that comes from a person who looks like you.
I can.
Yeah, because I can understand any other form of oppression because, like Habafan, as much as you can say we are all humans and we are all whatever, there I understand. But from a same person who looks like you, who speaks the very same language as you, who grew on the same street as you, one for tell about you can't tell, and then
just like your friend busy with your girlfriend, Chief. Like that straight. Your brother with your girlfriend. That thing.
It hurts so much. Basic things like who in their right state of mind. Let's ignore police and look at a parent who will simply say, it's fine for Inganyam with 30% passing. My brother posted something which will touch on financial freedom, right? I remember back then because ngikhula emakhaya entumeni eShowe bengifunda kwesinye isikole kwakuyi pre-94 kwakufunda amaNdiya kuphela. So but it was a state aided school. Kwakunomshini kashukela wakaHewlett. I do not know how many plants have been closed at Hewlett in South Africa, right? We used to be one of the countries which were leading producers of sugar, but we don't anymore. We'd rather import it. And rural development, when was the last time you heard the government is sending money into rural for rural development when it comes to agriculture? Abantu bazogcwala emadolobheni because that's where jobs are. Some people don't mind working in farms because there are already farmers which are working there.
Just to the point, all the things that you're saying are so relevant, and I think it drives lento because lezi kumele ngabe ziyasiza ukuthi sikhulule as njengamanje ziyas-oppressa yabo, and lento ishoyo ukuthi kubuhlungu ukuthi umuntu ubolindele ukuthi they're supposed to be assisting and supporting you, or they grew up the same way, same language as you, they understand the struggle, and that's the person that oppresses you. That's painful. But I think it drives even more the importance of freedom, mentality of freedom in our minds first. Because if your parent is it's okay, no, it's fine, I'm 30%, 30%. That is also showing that is also showing what they have not opened their minds up to the fact that you can get to 90. Even if you pass mark those 60, why must you stop at 60? You can get to 100. So that is an internal thing that must happen with other opportunities. And I think that's possibly where the biggest strength lies in freedom and understanding what you can free yourself first before anyone else frees you. And this is freeing yourself from public opinion, freeing yourself from oppression from your friend, whoever it is. You free yourself from your circumstances so that you can see higher than it. No, honestly, ziningi isn't just wrong, guys. Ziningi, but what we need to walk away with the nuggets. Yes, kulula mina from this. Africans and I'm gonna get a dictionary. You're telling, understand what's all base,
Okay, but it's cut, Buffett. Apparently, we've got 4 minutes left, if not less.
We need to schedule another meeting immediately after this and continue with this.
But I want to address Kesha first. Because Kesha, I was coming from a position.
Let's close the meeting.
I was coming from a position of equality. When I started, I said equality and inequality, right? Our society is so unequal. So you can't come and make an excuse for a channel. There are 4 or 5 prime time slots. And prime time is from 6 till 9. 6 prime time slots. And then out of those 6, 2 of them are held by one production company. The other 2 are held by one production company. And then you come and you say, Abanye Balele, they are getting them because they are putting in the work. No, that's not it's like saying, okay, let me finish. Maybe I will let you address me. It's like saying, and then I work in telecoms. And then I have a position in Vodacom, in MTN, and in Cell C. And then the other people that are not getting these jobs, I say Balele because I'm a hustler. It's about
to experience
opportunities, to experience Kakulu. You understand? That's bullshit. We are a population of 50-something million South Africans, and there are many people that are capable. And those things we face them. I'm passionate about this because I'm very entrepreneurial. And we've been hustling because people tell us, no, you don't have this, or we're gonna go for this one because they're experienced and whatnot. So I'm against that notion. We must open up the industry. It happens in music, it happens in acting, it happens in business, it happens everywhere. It must open up.
Bafowethu ngicela senze kanje
yes
ngicela si-end le nto and then in 10 minutes ukhehla ngicela aschedule enye meeting ngiyacela.
Okay, sure.
This is my plea.
What's happening is that people, I said early, the problem is that abantu when you go to board meetings, when the envelope and the problem is that there's a lot of corruption that is involved. If now I'm in the same post which we are, when I go bid for IT contract as far as we can't bid and compete now EOH, Cover Accenture, as compete.
Yeah.
There's
And I'm
something
saying we must fight them. I'm saying we must fight them. And how are we going to fight them? Shinchi police. Because it's bullshit.
Okay, guys.
So we're going to close this one. Let's close this one.
In 10 minutes.
Let's close this one.
Corruption is
In 10 minutes. In 10 minutes.
All
In
right.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Let's close the meeting, guys, and then we'll pick it up again. Because this
Should we close this one, or are we going to have a part 2? Should we close this one or have a part 2? What should happen? Is it part 2 vibes? Okay, cool.
Yeah, part 2 is continuation. Yeah.
Continuation of this. If this was TV, we're going to an ad break. We're coming.
Yes.
Sure.
Sharp.